Hello everyone, welcome to Tuesday's number time or maths time together. How are you all? I hope you're feeling really good. Now, just before we start, yesterday we were using 6 pieces of pasta or toy cars or something to count with. Today, before we start our challenges, could you make sure that you have got 10, please? You need 10 little items. Pasta's brilliant because it's so easy to count and they're all the same. Okay, can you make sure you've got 10 pieces? And because we're going to be using those a little bit later in the session. Okay, you might need to pause the video just to go and get those. Okay, brilliant. Now then, everyone, I hope you've had a lovely Monday and I hope you enjoyed yesterday's maths. We're going to continue with number 6 today. So I'd like to start by you showing me lots of different ways on your fingers of making 6. My challenge to you is, can you show me 2 different ways of making 6 on your fingers? Okay, I'm looking really carefully. Oh, that's very good. Okay, I can see everybody's shown me 6. Brilliant. Now try another way. Can you find another way using your fingers of showing me 6? Oh, I see some Spider-Men. That's brilliant. Okay, one more. Is that a bit tough? Have a go. See if your grown-up can find a different way of making 6. Maybe they can. Brilliant, everybody. That's great. That was just 2 thumbs there, wasn't it? But I wonder, I bet you did the 5 and 1 more for 6, because 6 is 1 more than 5, isn't it? Did you do 3 and 3 this way? Or did you do 3 and 3 Spider-Man way, throw some webs? Did you do 4 and 2 more, 5, 6? Did you do it that way? Whichever way you did it, well done. Keep practicing that during the day because it's brilliant for those number bonds. Now, number 6. This is what it looks like, doesn't it? Quite a tricky number to draw because we go all the way over and right the way around. Sometimes people get it rather mixed up, don't they, with number 9? But when I draw number 9s, I like to go all the way down and a straight line. So don't get them confused. It's the loop on the top and the circle at the bottom. Okay, the hook and the circle. There's number 6. So there's quite a few different ways of showing 6, aren't there? Let's have a look at some of the ones that we use when we're in class. We often use this, don't we? You remember the Numicon? And here is number 6 in Numicon. It's turquoise in colour, isn't it? And we know it's 6 because we can count those holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or we can say we've got 2 rows of 3. Or we can say we've got 3 rows of 2. 2 and 2 and 2 makes 6. That's one of our ways of showing 6, isn't it? Yesterday we had a look at our old friend, didn't we? Number block 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There he is. That's another of our ways, isn't it? We often use dice in the class, don't we, when we're playing our games? And number 6 is the highest number that you can get on the dice, isn't it? And again, like the Numicon 6, it's in 2 rows of 3. Sometimes, if we're lucky, we can get a dice that has just got the numbers on that are drawn on as well. And there is number 6 on that kind of dice. Let me show you patterns of 6. I could show you the pattern straight away. That is like the dice that we've already looked at and the Numicon. Can you see? Yes, the 2 rows of 3 or the 3 rows of 2. Okay. Or sometimes we can see it like this. Okay, and it almost looks like a circle, but actually we join those up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would be a hexagon shape, wouldn't it? It's quite hard to spot like that though, isn't it? To spot that it's 6. Maybe you would have to count 2 and 2 and 2. Another way of looking at 6, obviously, is in that long line, which we know lines make it easy to count, don't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Might see 6 in a line like that. If you watch Number Time 6, which your grown-ups can find on YouTube for you, do you remember the song Numbers, numbers all around, numbers all around? If you watch that, then you can have a really good look at looking out for 6s everywhere. 6s on doors, 6s on buses, 6s in lots of different ways. And also in Number Time, El Nombre will show you how to draw a number 6. Olé! We love doing that together, don't we? So you could get the number blocks out and you could have your board and you could be having a go at your number 6s that way too. Yesterday I showed you another way of seeing 6 on our 10 frame. And I left you with the question of how many spaces there were free, because our 5 frame at the top is full and 1 more after that. So how many spaces do we have left? Did you find that there was 4? Well, now you know there's 4 spaces and 6 filled. You also know that 6 and 4 added together make 10. That's a number bond for 10. But there we go. There's our 6 on the 10 frame. That's another way that we look at numbers at school. It's time to get your 10 items out. Okay, whether it's 10 pieces of pasta or whether it's 10 cars or 10 sweeties. Goodness gracious, I wonder if it might be, because I've got a little challenge for you. I want you to group all of your bits together like this. You can hold them in your hand if they're tiny. And I want you to practice some counting out. Okay, we're going to move things from our hand and count out different amounts. Let's start with a small number to start with. So I'll show you how I count out. I want to count out 3 of my pieces. So I go 1, 2, and 3. I don't get any more. I've got to number 3. I'll leave the other ones here, and I have counted out 3 for myself. Can you have a go at counting out 3 of your objects, whether they're counters or bits of pasta, whatever you've got? Can you count out 3 from your big group? It's a really good skill to learn, to be able to count them out. Count out 1, 2, 3. Brilliant. Have a little check. Count them while they're there. 1, 2, 3. Did you get it right? Brilliant. Put them back with your big pile again. So you've got your big pile of 10. So now I want you to count out our special number that we're beginning with this week. Can you count out 6 for me, please? Count them out carefully. Remember saying each number as you place them down. Only do 1 at a time as you say the number. Did you stop at 6? Did you manage? Fantastic. Check that you've got 6 in front of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you had 10 to start with, you should still have 4 left at the other side, because 4 and 6 added together, all together, makes 10. Fantastic. Well done. Okay, now I've got a little story for you. At the moment, we're learning about night and day, and lots of the things that happen in the day, and lots of the things that happen at night. And if you've heard today's story, then today's book, it isn't actually a story, it's a non-fiction book that I've read today, but it's called Day and Night Animals. And one of the animals that comes out at night is a bat. Can you blend that? Bat. It's a bat. That's right. And in my story today, I want you to watch carefully and see how many bats appear. Okay? So, there was a little girl called Molly, and Molly liked to go out in the evening with her mum and her binoculars and her torch, and she liked to go and look for moths because she knew moths were nocturnal and came out at night. Now, the first night that she went out, she was very, very lucky, and she spotted this beautiful moth here. Look at its patterns, isn't it gorgeous? And before she'd actually finished, she'd spotted two more. A tiny moth and another moth there. How many moths had Molly spotted on her first adventure out? Can you see? Have you counted 3? Brilliant. She did. She managed to spot 3 on her first night. Now, the second night, she was braver, and her mum went a little bit further into the wood near them, and they spotted this beautiful moth. But they only spotted 1 more that night. So now, how many moths had Molly spotted all together? 3 on the first night, and then 1 more. How many? 1 more than 3 is 4. That's right. In total, she'd spotted 4. Now, she knew that if she was very, very lucky, she would spot a hawk moth. Now, a hawk moth was much bigger than all the other moths, but she had to look high up in the trees with her torch. So the third night she went out, on day 3, they went even further into the woods. Now they'd found 4 already, and she really wanted to find 6. So she got 4. How many more did she need to find to get 6? How many more than 4 is 6? I've got 4 here. 5, 6. How many more did she need to find? I wonder if you're telling me the number I think. So, out with the torch, and there in the trees, they spotted this beautiful hawk moth, and then this amazing hawk moth, and she spotted 2 more. So how many moths did Molly spot in the end? Did she find her 6 moths? Shall we see? We've got 4 already, so we don't need to count those again. We knew we had 4, didn't we? 4, 5, 6. She did. She found 6. 4 and 2 more makes 6. She had 6 all together. Remember when we found that fact yesterday when we were looking at the number blocks? Let me show you. Shall we just check that 4 and 2 make 6? Here we go. Here's number block 4. And here's his friend number 2. Let's put them all together and see if they transform into yes, they do. 4 and 2 is exactly the same as 6. So Molly found 6 on her adventures. I wonder if you are out in the evening at all, even if you just go and look in your garden or look out of your window, you may well spot some moths. Sometimes moths come to the window because they like the light. They come towards the light and they flutter their wings against the door. So, little challenge for you for tonight and into tomorrow. Here's our number 6 on our 10 frame. Okay, number 6, it's here. 5 and 1 more. So, my questions for you are, can you, before tomorrow, find out what is 1 fewer than 6? If we took 1 away, how many would we have? What is 1 less or 1 fewer than 6? And if I was to bring in 1 more counter, how many would we have then? So what's 1 more than 6 and what's 1 fewer than 6? Have a big think about it. Look for 6s all around. You can watch Number Times 6 if you'd like. It's up on YouTube. You can look at number blocks number 6 and see all those number bonds as well, because they will really help you with your adding as you get bigger and go through school. Okay, take care everybody. We'll do some fabulous number again tomorrow. Good night.